This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Black Friday, so just a hint that you can do a little work before you do your Black Friday shopping, especially if you're a splurger.
Yeah, I wish I was more organized and knew what I needed and had a list written out in the notes section of my phone so I could just get it over with real quick. Get everything I need. Like, I'm looking at the Sephora's website right now. I wish I was prepared with certain items that are must-haves.
Okay.
But I'm not like that.
You're not prepared.
In fact, I bought new foundation the other day at Shoppers at full price. Like, what's wrong with me?
You don't have to get ready if you stay ready. That's what I always say.
Is that the quote?
Yeah. You don't have to get fit if you stay fit, is where
true.
I originally heard it. But now I'm using it for Black Friday shopping.
I went to Indigo yesterday. They had a lot of places have been having these Black Friday deals for quite some time. And I've been hesitant because I'm like, wait, is this just a buildup and there's going to be an even better sale on Friday?
Right.
What are you doing here?
Do you think places mark up what they say the original price is on Black Friday so it looks like a bigger discount?
I've always wondered that.
Yeah. I always find it odd, too, that this follows the day in the States where people get together and celebrate everything they're thankful for. And then the next day they'll be like, we need more stuff.
Yeah. They'll be like
just a
fist
weird
fighting
combo.
strangers in lineups at the store.
With that said, you can do some prep work if you want. As far as online shopping goes, I just came across a story that was posted today from Wired.com. And it's just the best deals online right now, like based on savings. And they have it all categorized. So like I need headphones for the gym. That's probably what I'm going to be buying today. Mm-hmm. So they literally have the best deal on headphones for the gym as one of the categories.
Oh, wow.
Like that's how in-depth they've got. They've got deals under 50, best Amazon deals, one of the categories, Apple deals. Mattresses are usually a pretty big sale on
I follow
Black
an
Friday.
influencer who now went from just posting her thoughts about fashion to now she's hired an entire team, like an office of women that sit down every day and surf the web and find the best deals. And then on Black Friday, she posts them to her story with the exact link to buy it.
Awesome. What's her follow?
It's Charlie Goss. I've talked about her before.
Yeah.
She's Canadian. And yeah, she's hired an entire team. She even has like an office now. It's a whole thing.
What do you got on this weekend?
Like for clothes?
For clothes? Yeah, sure.
Sure. What is the answer to that?
Now I'm interested.
Well, I was thinking, some jeans tomorrow.
Wow, you actually plan out your weekend outfits? God, I put my clothes on with my eyes closed. Where did I even get this shirt?
Yeah, you can tell. You've often been quite judgmental about how I'm a bit of a pushover sometimes with my daughter.
Yeah, and I got a taste of the medicine yesterday. Mm-hmm. I picked her up for the first time yesterday. Do you want to know where we ended up? We went to Chapters. She got a new book. We went to Tim Hortons. We got a donut. And then we went to Starbucks. I'm like, how did I end up at two separate coffee chains?
Oh, she's good.
She's good.
And she could smell the blood in the water, too. She knew you were fresh.
As soon as she opened the door to the car, she's like, why are you picking me up? Is there something special happening? Are we going for dim sum? And I was like, man, I could really go for No, I will not let her get to me. It's like I blacked out and all of a sudden I had all these different things in my hands.
Yeah.
All these different treats.
Will you stop being judgmental?
Absolutely. And if you're a parent listening right now and you go through this all the time, I get it. I can't imagine.
Enjoy your McDonald's later.
Yeah, seriously.
When a new show comes out on Netflix, apparently different provinces will binge watch it in different amounts of time.
Yeah, there was a new study conducted by Time to Play, which was exploring the streaming habits of Netflix subscribers across Canada. So among the 1,000 Canadians surveyed, 3 in 4 admitted to binge watching. And it seems like the top 2 provinces that binge the fastest, in first place, Nova Scotia.
Okay.
And then in second place, Prince Edward Island.
I feel like I know why.
They can binge, on average, an entire series in just over 4 days.
When you think about it, they get a lot of rain out there.
Okay.
What do you feel like doing on a rainy day?
That's true.
Staying inside, getting under a blanket, especially you got that like East Coast chill. smells like salt in the air. You just want to cuddle up. Oh, yeah.
Clam chowder, like your favorite blanket.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's start Wednesday.
Yeah.
I started it last night. It's pretty good. If you're wondering how Alberta did, it's in 8th place. So we're not doing too bad.
Okay.
We're busy.
Yeah?
We've got things to do. But the province that binges in the most amount of time, you'll be proud of this,
So,
Ryder.
like, least amount of watching, I guess.
Well, they spread it out. Like,
Right.
they'll finish a series and it takes them over a week.
Yeah.
Is Saskatchewan.
It's too busy there looking at the sky. We're farming a lot.
You...
Watching your dog run away for a couple days.
Yeah. For a couple days. It's so true.
So, yeah, I get that. That's good. I can understand. I'm not judging either side of this, right?
No, you can't judge. Some people fall asleep with Netflix just running in the background, too. That's fine.
Especially if you got that warm blanket on.
Warm blanket, you have a belly full of clam chowder.
It's time for the top 7 at 7, where we count down our top 7 favorite things. For example, like the best situational beers is what got us started on this.
Yeah, because, I mean, the classic post lawn mow beer.
Or the airport beer,
Airport beer.
the boat beer. And then we've gone to things that we don't like for top 7, like biggest annoyances to wake up to, like a cat puking. And then now we've got kind of an in-between. This isn't necessarily a positive or a negative. And I want to say first, before we get into this doesn't count ones where anybody gets seriously injured, okay?
Okay.
Best fights to watch.
See, I don't watch fights, so I can't even contribute.
An honorable mention before we get into the top 7 is when an animal and a human fight.
Like a kangaroo.
Yeah, that kangaroo versus that man that was protecting his dog. Great fight. They just don't happen enough to launch it into the top 7.
Okay.
At number 7, we see these ones quite often, and normally you see them in person more than on video. Bar fights.
Ryder, nobody likes bar fights.
At number 6, we have 2 different animals fighting each other.
I hate that.
So, like, you got a kangaroo versus a giraffe just kicking the crap out of each other.
I do think it would be pretty incredible to witness that if you were there and you were the one filming it.
Or, like, when you see, like, a moose battling with a bear, you're like, whoa.
Whoa.
Okay, so that's at number 6. Number 5, this is a good one. Customer versus employee fight. Quite often, you'll see this one over top of the till at a fast food joint.
Is this what brought this up? Is like Black Friday, it's notorious for a lot of fights in stores.
You got it.
Okay.
You got it. At number 4, we have a well-directed action movie fight. You look back over history, The Matrix, Kill Bill, Rocky versus Apollo.
Honestly, there's some pretty good fight scenes in Bullet Train. And
There
that's
you go.
a new movie, so
If you like those.
it's pretty good.
At number 3, we have sports fans in the stands fights. It's always such an interesting scrap because quite often you'll have different levels. Like somebody in the row in front is trying to throw haymakers up.
Yeah.
The guy up is punching down.
I would be so mad if 2 people started fighting
For sure.
near me in a crowd because
Yeah, this is one.
do you know how delicate it is to even just shuffle into your seat and you don't want to spill your beer.
Yeah, I hear that. And especially when you pay as much as you do for beer and like your popcorn's going to get kicked over for sure. This is one that's better to watch on video than in person.
Okay. And what's in first place?
Well, we got number 2 yet,
Oh,
and that's
sorry.
just hockey fights. What a great addition to that sport that there's just fighting in hockey.
Goalie fights.
Goalie fights. Oh, that's just,
That one goalie fight,
Chef's
what,
kiss.
was that a couple years ago now?
yeah, Mike Smith versus Cam Talbot, Battle of
It
Alberta.
happened on my birthday.
Just the best, right? So, see, you're getting on board.
They stole my thunder. They stole my birthday thunder.
They did a bit, yeah. I think that was your 30th too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And number 1, you kind of mentioned this.
I did?
You kind of wrecked it.
Oh, sorry.
Black Friday fights have to be at number 1. There's nothing more than I love to see, like 2 moms pulling a TV in separate directions, and then the bombs start getting thrown.
What is that movie about the Christmas toy? It's got Arnie in it, and there's some epic shopping fight scenes where
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way is a prime example.
Yeah, but that's a movie. I like watching actual, like, Karens in the wild just Yeah, especially like when they're trying to get into the store at the same time and the fight happens right there in front of Oh,
The things you'll do for $10 off.
I know, like punch a stranger. How awesome. In 20 years, some hack radio show is going to be talking about craziest encounters with birds, and somebody's going to call in from Tabor and say, like, yeah, there was 20 ostriches just ripping around the town.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to believe them, but it's going to be what happens. Because this is a story that's going to go down for some people as like an all-time story to tell around a campfire.
So they haven't gotten all of them. Are they still just running wild in Tabor, Alberta?
I think they captured most of them at this point.
How do you capture an ostrich? I don't want to see video footage of that. I think it would be horrible.
Well, do you want me to tell you?
What do they do? Do they have to?
They just like reach out and grab them by the neck.
No, they don't.
Yes, that's what the guy who lost his ostriches was riding around with RCMP. In one of the videos, he's hanging out of a vehicle and he just like
Holds on to it
while it's running. And then like, I don't know what. Do you tranquilize them maybe?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Or at least do they have some comfortable leashes to put on their thin little necks to guide them? Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a dog, right?
You wouldn't need a big leash.
You'd be the smallest little kitty
leash. Yeah, you just get a kitty leash. But yeah, so we wanted to ask you if you've got any wild bird stories for us.
Mm-hmm. Just got this text from Shane, and it is wild. Now, I've listened to full podcasts about pigeons and crows. I do feel like they're very fascinating and extremely intelligent, and this is a prime example of it. Bird encounters, Shane says. A couple years ago, I was walking over to the store, and as I approached a tree, I could see that there was a crow at the foot of it, and it was flopping around. It looked like it had hurt its wing. I stopped in front of it for half a second and looked up to see there were at least 10 crows now losing their minds. I proceeded to the store, but for 5 straight minutes, the whole walk to the store, they were dive bombing me. I made it to the store. I grabbed my Slurpee. I came back out to find them all waiting for me. Same thing, the whole walk and run home, dive bombing. I swear, every time I left the house that summer, they were waiting for me, squawking and diving, all while I was yelling, I didn't hurt your brother.
Yeah, they all thought that he must have, eh?
Well, that's why you just don't stop. When you see a crow in pain, you didn't see nothing. You just keep moving.
Okay, this sounds like some gangsta advice, but...
The crows will never forget a face, too. That's what's scary about it. So if you mess with a crow, they'll get their revenge.
Lifelong enemy.
Yep.
Okay, so this was back in the 80s when things were a little bit more relaxed, So I feel like the fact that the Calgary Zoo then had a sign out that was like, don't bother the swans. It's like baby mating season.
Yeah.
And I went with my mom and my brother and my uncle, and he was all like, oh, you don't have to, listen to these signs. They're totally harmless. And then this, mother swan took off after my uncle, and he had to climb a tree to get away from her.
I'm glad he was the one that, vocally said that don't worry about it, was the one that was attacked.
Yeah, it was really funny. At one point, she got, so close to him, and he screamed like a girl. He's like, ah! But they are literally like that.
We got this one text earlier. Who was that from? And they sent us a screenshot. It was Annika. This is what my running app recorded when I came across a goose. So it tracks, where you're running on a path.
Okay.
And you can tell where she ran into the goose because it went from a clear, straight path to zigzagging like she was running away from it.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
What do you got for us?
There's this place called Brackendale in Squamish where there's literally thousands upon thousands of eagles that go there in the winter. So we were eagle watching, and out of nowhere, we see a seagull above us just squawking like crazy. And all of a sudden, an eagle comes swooping down on this seagull in the air, and then the seagull just drops dead right in front of us.
The eagle lost?
The eagle won.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I thought you said that
thing.
the eagle dropped dead because eagle and seagull sound the same. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. Talking bird encounters at 780-784-7107.
I got attacked by a turkey when I was visiting my grandparents in Portugal.
How big was this turkey? Because they can be any size from just below the shin to bigger than you.
Well, I was about 10 years old, so naturally my sizing was a little bit more dramatic at the time, but it looked like it was about 10, 15 pounds.
Is there a sense of vindication when you eat turkey now?
Yeah, I definitely feel like justice has been served every time I have Thanksgiving or Christmas.
The turkey has been served. So has justice. It's our work Christmas party tonight, which is always ridiculous.
Yep, should be a good time.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
Well, you know, there's always that little bit of shame the next day. You said a little too much to someone. Or...
You've really embarrassed yourself over the years at the work Christmas party.
Yeah, we've actually written a song about my previous situations.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah. Remember the makeout year?
The makeout year was a bad year for me because I was wearing a lot of lipstick.
And then it ended up on a coworker.
And they would... it wasn't a coworker.
Oh, not anymore. He had moved.
But he also wasn't working with us when I invited him. That was my whole point, is I wanted to surprise everyone with one of their ex-coworkers that everybody loved.
Yeah. You loved him the most.
But I loved him the most that night. Anyway, so yeah, this is a parody song that we've created to the tune of Last Christmas. It's not good. Don't come at me on the text line with Lisa can't sing. We know that. We're aware. So just don't.
Fight through a couple of the notes is all we're asking.
Just try to stick around. It's pretty painful, but it's also really funny.
Very tipsy, at least twice I cried. This year I'll keep my distance from management's eyes. Tell me, bartender, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year since I fought our secretary. Merry Christmas, I puked on her, then tried to go panned it, then called her husband hot and kinda man it. Now I know what a fool I've been, 'cause I drank all the free table wine, switched spots, and then I did it again. Last Christmas party, I wasn't that smart. The very next day, I felt all the shame. This year, to save me from tears, I won't bring a date from Bumble. A crowded room, I had bloodshot eyes, grinding on the dance floor, which wasn't a surprise. Oh my goodness, I was really on one. I guess you were a shoulder to sleep on. Fireball in my purse caused a fire in my heart. Loud and obnoxious, I crop dusted the bar. My makeup was smeared, I got really weird. I grabbed the mic and I called my boss and oh man. Last Christmas party, I wasn't too smart. The very next day, got suspended without pay. This year, to save me from tears, I won't be attending.
But you will be.
But I'll definitely be there with bells on.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.